So this is my Thinkware FA200 two-channel dash cam. I had it for about 3.5 years and it just failed on me. I had noticed that whenever you started the car, the computerized voice would tell you that it was starting recording, and then when you shut off the car, it would tell you that the parking mode recording would start. I noticed not too long ago that I wasn't hearing the prompts anymore, and I took a look at it and I no longer had a power light on, and I pulled the card out, checked on the computer, and the last time it had recorded was back in July of this year, a couple months ago. And actually the last two video files for the front and the rear were both corrupted, so I imagined, those were the files that were being written when the camera crashed. So the kit that I had was the hardwired kit. Like I said, it was the two-channel, so I believe this was a 1440p front camera. There's a rear camera I was using in my F-150. It's still in the truck. I still have to pull the wire out, but that one had a connection that would go all the way from the back to the front of the camera. And then the hardwire kit plugged into the Thinkware camera, and you had two different leads. The yellow one was connected to the battery for always on. That would do the parking mode recording. And then the red one was connected to the accessory. That one would do prompt the recording whenever you were driving. So I checked both fuses in here. They were good. I ended up using one of those tap-a-fuse kits to actually power these. Those fuses were good too. So the last thing I did was I pulled the camera out and just actually manually connected this to a 12-volt power supply that I had, and the camera is totally dead. So this was manufactured in October of 2020. Like I said, I got about 3.5 years out of it. Wish it would have lasted longer. I mean, I can kind of understand these things maybe failing because, the high temperatures in the car. My truck is outside 365 days a year. So, even in the winter time on a sunny day, it gets warm in there too. So looking at replacements, I don't think I'm going to go with another Thinkware. I had watched some other reviews. There's a lot of choices out there. My son and my daughter both have a Garmin Mini 2. I put both of those in their cars. It was very easy to connect. I know the Mini 2s the early production runs had problems with overheating, especially if you had the parking mode cable. When it would sit and it would overheat and then it wouldn't go back into its normal recording mode. The two that my kids have are later models. They've been working fine without an issue. I was pretty sure I was going to go with one of the Garmin Mini 2s, and then I had noticed that Garmin just came out with a Mini 3. Pretty much the same small format. It looks like instead of the camera sitting up and down this portrait mode in your windshield, it now sits sideways. It's maybe about $20 more than the outgoing model. So I think I'm going to go with that. I will definitely post a review and an installation once I get it. But I think I'm going to try one of those. I am going to miss the rear functionality, for the rear-facing camera. However, my thought was, by the time you spend $200 to $300 to $400 for a two-channel one, I think I may just end up getting two of the Garmin Mini 3s, put one in the front, one in the back. I would have to run the wire to the front anyway, so it doesn't matter that I've got to run, just a dedicated power supply to the rear one. But my thought was, in case one of those fails, then I only have to replace one camera instead of two. So that's about it. Anyways, just want to give you my experience on this. Kind of a bummer. It didn't last longer, but we'll see what the new Garmin brings. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.